Hello, welcome to Toon Thoughts. This is your host, Ultra Foghorn, and we're beginning this cartoon review series by watching the 1948 classic short Haredevil Hare with Bugs Bunny and Marvin the Martian. This cartoon was released on July 24th, 1948, and is most well known for being the first appearances of Marvin the Martian and his dog companion Canine. This short you can find alongside the other four Marvin cartoons in the Looney Tunes Pinon Collection Volume 1, which includes all 5 Marvin shorts in Blu-ray quality, and I highly recommend you to get that set if you want to see this short.
Well, you talked me into it.
So the plot of this cartoon involves Bugs Bunny himself being sent to the moon by a bunch of scientists, as they decide to choose him as a volunteer to be the first rabbit to land on the moon. And once arriving to the moon, he crosses paths with Marvin the Martian and his dog Canine, which at the time was named Canine, and they didn't come up with a name, I think, until years later. And obviously Bugs has to stop Marvin from trying to blow up the Earth.
Getting out of here!
So if you want to hear my thoughts on this short, I really find it as a pretty good short to begin Marvin's career. Overall, this is a pretty funny and enjoyable Bugs Bunny short. One of the highlights I have to mention is the moon itself. I really like the backgrounds featured in this cartoon, especially when Bugs arrives to the moon. A scene of him going a little bit crazy after his trip in the rocket, that's very funny for me. Also, there's a small notice in the moon, and that is the Kilroy was here sign, which this was a World War II reference at the time. So this makes me think that maybe the cartoon was written in 1945 or 46, maybe when the war was ending. But that's just my theory. But now let's speak about the main focus of the cartoon, Marvin. As mentioned at the beginning of the review, this short features the debut appearance of one of Bugs Bunny's longtime rivals, Marvin, as well as his sidekick, Canine. And looking at the short, both characters are almost established since their first appearance. Their designs in future shorts didn't change that radical, and yeah, it's one of the few characters like for Roadrunner, Coyote, or Sylvester which were fully established since their beginning, and the evolution was mostly a small change of redesigns or adjusting a little bit the voice. So first is Marvin. In this short, Marvin features a more different voice than the one that most people know
I'm going to blow up the Earth.
Marvin for. So a bit more of an ant type of voice. And this was because originally in the model sheets and a few years later they referred to him as Antwerp. And I think the name Marvin came during the 70s when Chuck Jones was being interviewed. But yeah, Marvin is mostly established as we know since his first appearance, with his design being very inspired by a Roman soldier, as well as his obsession to try to blow up Earth. The same can be said for Canine. The only difference is that in this short, Canine has dialogues. He speaks, something that would not be featured again in future cartoons featuring the character.
Yes, you will. Oh, no, I won't. Oh, yes, you will. Oh, no, I won't.
And it's something really weird, but also I find it unique in this short. Another thing that I have to mention is the great animation from Jones's team and the funny and enjoyable script by Mike Maltese. It's another short full of funny gags, especially one where Bugs is trying to call to Earth, but eventually stumbles upon the signal for a song. I think it was from an ad.
Coffee crunchies are the best. Look delicious on your vest. Serve them to unwanted guests. Stuff the mattress with the rest.
And obviously the ending where Bugs himself blows up the moon and he, Marvin, and Canine are hanging out over there.
Get me out of here!
So in a conclusion, this is a very funny and enjoyable Bugs Bunny cartoon, a very good short to begin the career of Marvin the Martian in the theatrical run of the Looney Tunes, and overall is among the best of Chuck Jones during the 1940s. As for the rating for this cartoon, I give it a 10 out of 10. It's simply a very great short and highly recommended for all of you to watch. And that's it for this review. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Toon Thoughts. Goodbye.